might have in the future. When you see the actual numbers, you're going to be amazed. We use the actual historical returns to the S&P 500, so we have 100 years worth of data, and we simply project out what similar returns might do for you in the future. I'm going to show you one of the spreadsheets that we use. Don't let it freak you out when you see all these numbers. I've got this request. It said, could you run these numbers, please? I have $28,000 saved, so that'd be the beginning balance, 28,000. I can save 1,000 per month. Here's 1,000 per month, which is right here, and I increase that by 3% a year. So that's the criteria, beginning balance, how much you put in a month and how much you increase it. So in other words, you're starting at 1,000 and you're increasing that by 3% a year. And what we do is you look at the returns for every single year for the last 100 years. 1925 numbers are showing right here, going down through. Again, the numbers going forward are not going to be identical to these, but they're going to give you a range of what may possibly happen in the future. So as I go down through here, change the year, all these numbers are going to change. So what we want to do is see what would happen over every single year for the last 100 years. And he said he wanted to know for the next 32 to 35 years. So I've got this spreadsheet picked out. Here's the 32 numbers, here's the 34, and here's the 35. And just to explain what's going on here, 32 years from now, if you had 28,000 starting out, if you put $1,000 a month in and increase that by 3% a year, and you did that for 32 years, you would have put in 658,000. This black row is how much you put in over these time periods. Now, this 32-year period over the last 100 years, this is going to show you all the returns, what you would have after 32 years. And in the worst case scenario, you'd have $3.194 million. That's the lowest amount you're going to see if we run this for every single year. The median in this column would be 4.851. The maximum you're going to find is actually a number in there, a year in there where you would have had 10,990,000. So these are the actual numbers going down through here. That's the range that we talk about when you run the numbers for the last 100 years, from 3.194 up to 10 million. Now he said for the 32 to 35 year period, you can see the numbers. 34, you obviously would have put in more money over those next 2 years. This is the worst case scenario. This is the median. That's the maximum. And there's the 35-year period. Again, how much put in? Worst case scenario for a 35-year period, the median for that 35-year period, and the maximum. Now, what we do in this rectangle right here is show you what these numbers would have in buying power given a 3% inflation rate. So what you see here is over the 32-year period, this 3.194, if that's what you had, and again, folks, that's the worst case scenario in the last 100 years, that would have the buying power of $1.24 million. The median in this column is 4.851. The buying power of that would be 1.883. It's always important to take into account what the buying power of these amounts might be in the future. So that's what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers for people. And so that's what I did for this individual. I ran the numbers. This just show you what we can do for people. This actually shows you for the 32-year numbers, 100% of the time you get to $3 million. That's color-coded in green. Let's see, 32. I better click this for sure. Yep. 100% of the time you get to 3 million, which is obvious because the worst case scenario is 3.194. 49% color coded in blue going down through, you'd have over 5 million. And look at this, 16% of the time color coded in gold, you'd have over 7 million. Now, if you do the same color coding all the way down through, you can see a lot more gold as you go out here 34 and 35 years. Let's look at the actual percentages. Now, 70% of the time, color coded in blue, you get to 5 million, and 37% of the time, color coded in gold, you get to 7 million. And if we do the 35-year, 89% of the time, you get to $5 million. Color coded in blue, you're not going to see very many of those. And 39% of the time, color coded in gold, you can have over $7 million, with the maximum being 14 million. Again, hopefully these numbers make sense to you. This individual asked me to run the numbers, which we love to do on this channel. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Let people know there's a channel out there that'll run numbers for them. And hopefully you'll be encouraged by seeing other people's numbers, but also seeing what your numbers might look like. Again, everybody's numbers are going to be different. That's why we create these different spreadsheets. I know people ask me if they can have these, but these are all tied together with all kinds of different macros that I write, all kinds of different formulas. So I can't really give out just one thing, but I can run numbers for you. And that's what I love to do. Thanks for watching.